Hello and welcome back to another stream. Hold on a second. It is the Nets taking on the Toronto Raptors. It is game number 73, and we're inside the final 10 games of the regular season. Exciting times because with every game we inch a little bit closer to the thing that actually matters for this franchise in the long term, which is getting a high draft pick, getting some good players in. It seems like everyone in the bottom six of the league has decided to enforce the tank. No team has better than 3 wins in their last 10, and 5 of the 6 teams have lost 3 or more in a row. So, with one of the games happening right now, one of those teams will end their losing streak. But it is much more preferable that Philadelphia win today. Because, well, they are the exact same record. So we need them to pick up a win, and they're playing the Wizards. So I mean, there couldn't be any better of a chance for them to win and for us to lose, but we've got the Raptors, and we've had some good games with them this season, actually. But this one will matter the most, and we still have another game to play against Toronto in about a week's time. I think it's the second or third last game of the season. In the first 2 games, we lost. In the second game, conceded 130. The first game, we won 101-94. I feel like it's going to follow a similar trend to the first game. Given the amount of absences for Toronto and for Brooklyn, the Nets are missing Day'Ron Sharpe today with a knee strain. Cam Johnson's out for rest. Cam Thomas out for the season. And for the Raptors, Chris Boucher, Grady Dick, Emmanuel Quickley, Jakob Poeltl, and Brandon Ingram are all out. And they're very good rotational players for the Raptors, but they are in a different mindset right now. They don't want to win, so they're not playing those guys. And while the Nets are 2 games back of them, but we play them twice, as I said, we've got the Wizards still left in the run home. And I think that Mavericks loss was really, really important because they've only, until that game, I think they'd won like 2 of their last 10. So they had a bit of a fall off, and it was very possible that we could have stolen that game because we had a pretty decent lineup fielded. But today we've also got a very decent lineup fielded. We've got D'Lo back. Noah Clowney enters the starting lineup. He hasn't played in the starting lineup for a very long time. So a couple of changes from the previous game. Cam Johnson at 17 and Tyrese Martin will get relegated to the bench. Having Noah Clowney in the starting lineup is a bit of an interesting option, but creates a lot of length and is going to be pretty hard for the Raptors team to contend with. They've got Scottie Barnes and RJ Barrett. But outside of those two, there is a lot of incapability with, who is playing. So it'll be interesting to see how things go for them today. But I'm interested. I'm very, very interested and engaged in this matchup today. The last game we played, funnily enough, it was against Dallas, and I thought we would have a chance, but Anthony Davis got reinserted into the lineup, and they ended up beating us by a margin that we haven't had in a game for like 3 weeks. So it seems like we were pretty turnover heavy. Cam Johnson had 6 turnovers. And the Mavericks shot 56% from the floor and had 7 players in double figures. Najee Marshall actually led them in points off the bench. So they shot the ball very, very efficiently, and that was with Clay scoring 8 on 3 of 9 shooting. So definitely got some very good outputs from a number of players. Wow. The Wizards have scored 45 points in the opening quarter. Nearly everyone has scored, and Alex Sarr has 13. So that is not a great outcome for us. we really need the Sixers to just wake up a little bit. But that, of course, is an absolute outlier, them scoring 45. Very interesting stat the other day. Nic Claxton hit both of his 3-point attempts and actually hit the equal most threes out of any net in the previous game. We only hit 11 threes for the match, and yeah, he went 2 of 2. So he led the way points-wise with 19, and that is something that Clax has not been able to do his entire career. But I guess that's like ideal that he hit a couple of those, but do I think we're going to see much consistency with that 3-point shot? I don't think so. Before that, he was like 1 of 16 on the year. So consider that an outlier performance, but if he does that on a more consistent basis, then I think we'll be pretty excited to see, well, if we trade him, what value he can garner, and if we keep him, what the future will look like. Outside of our game and the Wizards-Philly game, there isn't much that concerns us except the Milwaukee game. And there was a big bit of news that came out in the last couple of days with regards to Milwaukee. Damian Lillard is out indefinitely due to, I think, a blood clot. So he well and truly elevates the ceiling of that Milwaukee team. But without him, they could very well get sucked right into the 16th, 17th ranks in the draft this year. Minnesota and Detroit are on the same record, so a loss for Milwaukee, and will be in that pick will be conveyed to us at 17. So that's looking like a great part of the Mikal Bridges trade. So we just need the Bucks to keep on losing. And look, the Hawks are 5.5 games back. I don't expect it to drop to 16, but 17 is as good as it'll get. And, I mean, it very well could end up there. So, that's good for us. The New York pick and the Houston pick are still stuck at 26 and 27. Seems like there's a bit of breathing space, given a couple of teams have lost a few in a row, and New York have won a couple in a row. So, Houston looks like that pick's going to be locked in at 27 because they've won 9 of their last 10. And I can't really see anyone chasing that pick down. We're just going to need to see some godly runs in the final 7 or 8 games of the season in order for those picks to descend, or should I say ascend, in the draft position. Hope everyone in the chat's doing well. Wow, the Sixers have closed the gap just a little bit. They have now brought it to within 11. So I will be keeping a close eye on that game because that Philly win is very, very important. But the Nets probably need to lose today. Now, when I look at it from a roster perspective in terms of who's available today, probably favoring us in the sense that it's favoring a win. Not favoring us in terms of lottery position, but we do have a bunch of sweaties on our team, bunch of tryhards, but that's what you want, I think. You want your players to be playing for the coach and buying into the system and wanting to succeed and fighting for minutes. That's a culture you want to set. But at the same time, you probably don't want want us to win a game like today. So especially given there's another Raptors game to come, a Wizards game. We probably still have 3 wins in us at best. So I don't that'll, if we win to Toronto, that's going to be damaging in multiple ways. In the sense it's going to make up a game on Toronto. So yeah. But here's hoping that we put up a fight as we have been for the last 3 weeks, but end up with an extra value added in the loss column. So starting lineups for both teams, in case you missed it: D'Lo, Keon Johnson, Zaire, Clowney, and Claxton. That has not been a lineup yet this season. But that'll be our 37th different starting lineup for the Raptors. Jamal Shed, Jacoby Walter, Scottie Barnes, Barrett, and Orlando Robinson, former Heat player, former King, is going to suit up for Toronto at the center position. So the Nets, losers of their last four, will be looking to get back into the win column or get back onto a bit of winning form. And Toronto won their last game. So they'll be looking to build on that performance, which I believe was a win against Washington. Alrighty. About to get underway. The Nets are wearing their white uniforms, which is not all that common at the Barclays Center, but they're wearing those they're wearing like the colors of the New York Liberty, the women's team. Like that pastel-y green sort of color. That really like light shade of green, I think. Like that's accounting for their headwear. I think their socks as well. Nets players are getting a fair bit of use out of the accessories today. Alrighty. Okay, it's Women's Impact Night. That's the reason that we've got a little bit of customization that goes against the traditional color scheme of the Brooklyn Nets. It's going to be Raptors ball a side out. 3 seconds into the game. Not really sure why that's occurred. Maybe a little error. But the Raptors are going to get into a set here. It'll be Barnes, who they will play through a lot of the game, I think. Barrett is picked up by Isaiah Williams. Looks like that'll be the assignment today. With an ability to switch. Good backdoor cut by Walter. And he gets up the springs for 2. Lost Isaiah Williams, who I feel like he's been prone to that all of this season. Just a little bit of relaxed coverage off the ball. Keon Johnson will pass to Claxton up top. Is he going to shoot an early 3? I mean, the space isn't there for him right now, but D'Lo will put one up and is short on the 3 ball. A rebound by Scottie Barnes. Across to Barrett, who will drive down the middle of the lane. Gets one up, it's off. And off hands. The Nets get the rebound. They've got runners. Johnson picks up his dribble and has to pass out to Claxton, who faked the pass and then put it up for 2. And a little layup off glass gets the Nets on the board for the first time in this game. So, 2-all. Early going first quarter. Sheds 3. No hesitation. Rips the cords from the outside. And the Raptors have scored a couple of early buckets. Good looks. Johnson. Drive in. Gets the foul. Doesn't get the foul. Eventually gets the foul. I don't know if it was the off-ball ref. Johnson will shoot 2 free throws. Did well to get the defender in the air and initiate that contact. It'll be 2 shots for Johnson early in this game, who had a bit of a tough one the other night against Dallas. But overall, shooting, wow, he's averaging nearly 15 points a game and 5 rebounds in the last 6 games. Shooting the 3 ball at 40%. That is definitely news to me. Because Keon Johnson is definitely not like what I associate with a good 3-point shooter. Or that term at all. Johnson makes both. Gets himself on the board. Barnes is going to get into a set early. Takes it inside. Blocked by Claxton. Clowney saves. And then it went out off hands, and it's going the other way. It'll be Brooklyn ball. Good stop there. Clowney, well, I don't know if he touched the ball, but it will be Nets ball. Actually, no, it's going to be reversed. It's Raptors basketball. Shed on the baseline will trigger in. Straight into Barnes. Claxton was too busy directing traffic that he completely forgot who his own assignment was, and he's just allowed Scottie Barnes to make an open baseline jumper. Clowney. Williams hops into a 3, and that one is a little bit short. The board by Barnes, who's racking a few up early. Shed. Bounce pass. Straight to Keon Johnson. They turn the ball over. That's their first turnover of the evening. Clowney. Hand off to Williams. Goes down the middle. High off the window. It's off. Board. The Raptors have the numbers. Barnes is going to pull up and step into a three, and that one is well off. Johnson gets up to get the board. He will accelerate to the rim. Pocket pass. Williams the finger roll, and it's back to a 1-point deficit. The Raptors up by 1, 7-6. Nearly 3 minutes gone in this opening quarter. Bounces it into Barnes, who will take a dribble. Step back for 2. It's a bad miss. Robinson gets the board in the right place at the right time. He scores the nice little hook shot. Claxton had no answer. We've got a foul off the ball. It's Shed trying to navigate through the screen, which was set by Claxton. That'll be his first personal of the match, the second of the quarter for the Toronto Raptors. So, ball inbounded by Williams to Claxton. He's going to take it at the defender and then driving kick. Johnson with the sidestepping 3. That one is also off. Barnes another rebound. Shed will hesitate and shoot off the window. Good defense by Johnson. The angle not there to score. Russell, good feed to Claxton, who may have taken a hit on the cut down the middle. And he's got a few words for the official as well, but they're not going to get the luck there. Loopy pass out to Walter. Robinson rolls. He's going to be open under the hoop. And they weren't able to tie him up as he went up. So Robinson got a few early buckets in this one. Clowney, early trigger. Nope. You just feel as if like Robinson is going to be the kind of guy that Claxton gives up a 20-point, 10-rebound game to. I feel like it always happens that way. Shed's got another 3. That one's off. Another offensive rebound. The no-look by Barnes, and Robinson is fouled going up, and it'll be free throws again for Toronto. I feel like we're giving the vets a few less touches. I haven't really seen D'Lo get involved all that much. Gee, that's a good feed by Scottie. So Robinson at the line. We're 4 and a bit minutes gone here in this first quarter. The Raptors looking to extend their lead to 7. Around the grounds, for games that concern us, the Knicks down by or up by 9 early against the Clippers. And with half a quarter left in the second, the Sixers are down by 11 on Washington. So that's an important match that I will keep track of and keep you updated on for the rest of the game today. Keon Johnson handling the rock. Claxton, the man in the middle. Screen set for Russell. Drive in. Kick out. Clowney nearly fumbled it. He's going to have to put the rock on the floor. Lost the ball. He's going to need to put one up late in the clock. And Barnes sends it out of bounds. So he's done a little bit of everything. Getting rebounds, getting blocks, dishing dimes, and making buckets early in this game. Nets will have 0.4 to get one up and run out of time. So that's good. A good defensive set there by the Raptors. And it looks like we're going to get some substitutions here. Trendon Watford's going to come into the ball game for the first time. Noah Clowney will take a seat because he'll be playing some small ball 5 minutes. With no Day'Ron Sharpe available tonight. The Raptors are 5 of 11. The Nets 2 of 8. Barrett hasn't really gotten involved in the offense too much early on in this one. Walter, 7 a shoot. Kicks out to Barrett on the wing. Drive, extra, Robinson, the flush. And Geordie, I thought was going to call a timeout, but he's just going to let this one continue. The Raptors have scored 8 consecutive points to get out to their largest lead in the game. D'Lo. Claxton, shovel. 1-2. Goes up and scores over the top of Robinson, who must have taken a hit on that attack by Clax. Barnes. Mid-range pull-up. Doesn't get the bounce. Williams the rebound. Johnson across to D'Lo. Behind the back. Got it by Walter on the perimeter. Pass off to Johnson in rhythm. No. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout. And nearly the halfway point of this first quarter. Nets are struggling a little bit early on in this game. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. We'll be back for Nets versus the LA Clippers in a couple of days' time. So make sure to drop by and say hello for that game as well. The season is winding down, so there's not too many streams left. But I hope you've enjoyed the coverage across the season. Yeah, it's been good fun. I think it's going to be a lot more fun next year. We may still have a losing incentive, but at least we'll be able to see the future core. Looks like the Sixers are pushing a little bit closer to Washington. They were down by 16 at halftime. Grimes is going to shoot a 3 and miss it. They're going to get another go. It's now down to 7. So, as I said, this result really matters. We need the Sixers to win and for us to absolutely stink it up. And so far, we're doing a pretty good job of that. I'll look at the box score for you at quarter time. Yeah, they're missing a few of their shots now, the Wizards. Here we go. There's another Wizard or 6 or 3 ball. That's off. Damn. Actually scoring the ball at a bit of a better pace. Oh my god, who was that? That was a disgusting dunk. And a nasty faked pass. Corey Kispert's reaction said it all. Man, Quentin Grimes is putting up a lot of shots. Oh, and they've just snuck out backdoor again. Surprised we haven't gotten a 6er timeout. Wait, is that... I swear that player that just dunked the ball was a Nets two-way player at the start of the season. Anyway, we're back out of the timeout for the game we're actually covering. Nets down by 7 early in the game. Alrighty. So, let's see what subs have been made. Watford is out there. Agbaji is on the floor. Scottie Barnes is sat down. Who else is in? Barrett remains on the floor. So Agbaji, it looks like that's the only change. Barrett just had an open runway, and you cannot allow that for such an experienced player and talented player. Very good make there. D'Lo at the logo. Bounce pass to Keon Johnson. Surveying the floor. Bounce pass to Claxton. It was good work off the ball to free him up, but he wasn't able to complete the job. Oh, wow. There's a foul. It's Jamal Shed who's going to draw it. Looks like Russell hit him on the afro. We've got the youth movement. Yes. Derek is checking into the game. I don't think we've seen him in a game this early for a long, long time, if at all. Sometimes he checks in the second quarter. It's Max Lewis who is also going to come into the ball game, but I like how they're giving Derek some run before Tyrese Martin, and on top of that, Jalen Wilson, who have both been given minutes, and not only that, but have been given starts. Derek is playing his first game in 23 days. So I'm interested to see what he contributes on an NBA floor. This is probably the, oh my God. Jesus Christ, we gave away an offensive rebound off a free throw miss. Oh, wow. Max Lewis gets swatted. Follows up, misses. Claxton gets fouled going up too, and there's not a lot of polish at the rim, but we'll get free throws anyway. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so the Raptors missed their free throw, got it back, it got blocked, and then on the other end, we got blocked, missed a couple of shots, and now we find ourselves at the line off a foul on one of those put-back attempts. And Claxton continues to look like me at the free throw line, with a severe amount of inconsistency. Claxton with 1 conversion out of 2. 5.5 to play in the opening. Jalen Wilson ready to come into the ball game. Raptors up by 9. Whitehead's guarding, so I like that as the assignment. Robinson, lob, and they get it done. It's a Baji backdoor. Robinson with the lob. Centers were never able to do that. Lewis, given a lot of room on the outside. We pass to Whitehead. He is automatic. In every game he plays, I swear to God, this guy hits a bunch of threes. Shed. Didn't get the whistle. He's going to get the offensive rebound, though, and Barrett is open and puts way too much on it. Russell with the board. Lewis gets ahead. Euro step, kick out, Whitehead, extra, Russell, step back 3, puts one up. No. So, pretty rapid sequence there, a lot going on. Barrett rolls, extra feed. Oh my God. They've just scored a fucking 2 off a fumbled pass. That is miraculous. Russell, drive, beautiful skip pass to Lewis, who goes baseline. Shed with the intercept. The transition, the bounce pass to the corner. It's Walter who steps into one, and that one is also off. Watford fights on the glass, and it looks like we're going to get a lockup, and it'll be a jump ball between Barrett and Watford in a few moments' time. That is miraculous. Oh my God. So, lead is 10. Clowney back in, replacing Claxton. Wilson on the floor, replacing Russell. So no Tyrese Martin minutes right now, which is interesting. Giving the youth a bit more of a look, which you like to see. Crossover, Mogbo's in the game. Wilson has a very open 3, and he isn't able to score that. Battle is on the floor. Mogbo's going to step into one. That one's also off. Let's get the rebound. Watford across to Clowney, who fumbled it, and then just lost it out of bounds. And there's going to be more changes with Barnes coming back in and the new two-way conversion. Cole Swider coming in. So, little over 3 minutes to play. The lead is 10. Gee, there's a lot of inexperience on the floor right now. Barnes is just open, top of the key. Drive. Good move through. And Barnes scores the 2, and Geordie's going to call a timeout. So, the Raptors are absolutely feasting at the moment. Let's have a look at the box score. Put Claxton in the plus minus. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. What the hell? There we go. That's what we want. So the box score right now is depicting a pretty interesting picture. I mean, Clax has got 5, but outside of him, there's only 3 other players who have scored 1 individual bucket each. And outside of that, it's looking pretty lackluster, I'm not going to lie. Scottie's got 4, but Orlando Robinson has 10 points on 4-4 shooting. And that is sort of an indictment of how they've shot the ball. I mean, granted, it hasn't been like lights out, but they are shooting nearly 50% from the field. Their 3-point shooting's not great, but the Nets are shooting 4 of 16. So they've had 6 less shots and had 6 less makes as a result. Only the 1-3 converted. Free throws are pretty even, but yeah, it's the field goal percentage that is killing. And on top of that, the turnovers are also killing us. It's been quite a few of those early on, and a few that have been pretty innocuous. But right now, we've got a real tank-off going on. Scottie Barnes and RJ Barrett, it looks like their minutes are going to be staggered and probably won't play in the fourth quarter, whatever the situation may be. But right now, they'll be pretty happy with their start. And the Nets, I think, just want a little bit of a lift energy-wise. But this is probably the most I've rooted for a loss this season. Around the grounds, the Wizards are beating Philly by 9. So they're holding them off at the moment. Champagne's got 16, Sar's got 15. Jalen Martin, who was a two-way player for Brooklyn at the start of the season, has 10 points in 16 minutes. He's played a lot of basketball. And the Sixers have gotten 15 from Yabusele, 12 from Grimes, 11 from Edwards. So they're going to want to probably slow up the Wizards because, their shooting percentages are sky high right now. Alrighty. So 12-point game. Still no Tyrese Martin minutes. I guess it's just a matter of maybe him being a little bit surplus to requirements. With D'Lo, with Keon Johnson, with Watford, with Lewis, now sort of starting to come onto the scene a little bit. And Jalen Wilson seems to be given the gig. Oh my God, we've fumbled it on a fucking inbounds pass. 2 minutes of stoppage to fumble it on the inbounds pass. Like, what even is that? And Jordi Fernandez looks away from the court as if to say, I don't want to see that shit ever again. Ball gets inbounded. They miss immediately, and it's gone off hands, and it will be Nets ball. So they'll get another go at it with minimal punishment for their previous error. Raptors are pressing in the backcourt, though. Wilson will bring it up. So it looks like Wilson will handle if Watford doesn't have the ball. Good take by Lewis. That 3 is to the right. A rebound by the Raptors, and Scottie Barnes will go at the, skinnier defender, which is Clowney. That is an excellent look for Swider, who misses, and there is a foul under the basket on the rebound after that shot was also off. So the Raptors are getting a lot of looks here to give themselves a little bit more cushioning, because I feel like a Nets run will bring this right back down very quickly. Whitehead. Now to Clowney, they'll look on the open side and try to get it to the more experienced man in Watford, who's going to drive on Mogbo, and lost the ball going up. And it's gone out off Raptor hands, apparently, but I'm pretty certain that was not actually the case. Watford going to inbound on the baseline. Straight to Clowney. We've got 5 to shoot. He's going to drive. Body bump. Euro step. Probably traveled. It's off. Another board for the Raptors. Oh, what a feed! Oh, it's a foul. Mugbo is going to shoot 2. Scottie Barnes has been laser accurate on these dimes, and it's forcing the Nets to be a little bit late on their rotations, leaving them a little bit exposed defensively. And with 2 minutes to play, the Raptors can get this up to a 14-point lead off the rip. So I don't think the Nets have necessarily had a hideous quarter in the sense that they've had a lot of open opportunities, but right now the Raptors are just simply making them at a much higher conversion. Getting to the free throw line. Our 3-point percentage is very, very dire. And, it reflects. The scoreboard has us very disadvantaged. We've got a lot of activity off the ball. Nets are in the bonus, I believe. I think it's going to be Clowney at the free throw line now, with 1:47 left in the quarter. And he makes the first one. So one more free throw here for Noah. And that one's also good. So 26-14. 150 left in the opening quarter. Mugbo. Fake the pass to the corner. Then does a little pirouette on the interior and is able to score the hook shot over the top of Clowney. So the Raptors have doubled our point total. They've had 18 points in the paint. So the Nets 6. Clowney, in the spirit of that, is not going to shoot the 3, but thought about it. Wilson drives off one leg, gets the bounce to go. Whoops. Back down to a dozen. Barnes, beautiful kick out. Swite is ready to fire. It's off. Offensive rebound. Barnes will look again. Feeds it into the post. Mugbo, again, with the left hand this time. Just when you thought that all avenues to score were unavailable, he found a way. Lewis on the perimeter, trying to take the man off the dribble. It's a good move, and he scores very, very nicely. That's impressive. So, 12-point game. Agbaji, barely seen him touch the basketball. The blitz arrives for Brooklyn, so they ensure the 2-for-1 is not executed, and then the Nets get the ball, get into the passing lane. Good turnover forced there by Brooklyn. They can get it to within single figures heading into the second, depending on what shot selection they decide on. Lewis traveled. So they're going to have to settle for a defensive possession here. And the Raptors can extend here. 8 seconds to do it. Barnes will attack Wilson. 2 to shoot. 1 to shoot. It's a mid-range pull-up, and he's got it at the buzzer. And the lead is 14 heading into the second quarter. The Raptors up 32-18. And they've looked a lot better than we have. But there are no complaints when you are trying to lose. And you are very close to this team in the standings. So the lead is 14. Let's have a quick look at the box score and see what's up there. The Raptors have gotten some really good contributions out of a number of players that historically have not played a lot of basketball. Mugbo, I'm pretty sure, is in his rookie season. He's got 6 points already. Scottie Barnes with the 6 points, the 4 boards, the 3 dimes. He's gotten very, very busy. A couple of beautiful dimes and a bit of interior defense to go with. The 1 block. And Orlando Robinson with 10 off the bench. He's done it in multiple ways, including fumbling passes and it ricocheting off his head into the basket. So he's found ways to score the ball. And RJ Barrett hasn't really gotten involved in the game with all that said. The Nets do not have a player with more than 5 points. Wilson's had a couple of makes on the interior. Whitehead a 3 in his first action in about 23 days. And Claxton currently on the bench has 5. But really, the Nets are shooting it disgustingly poor. The Raptors nearly at 50% from the field, despite only making the 1 3 on 8 attempts. The 5 makes on 6 free throws. That is identical. But the Nets have also had 6 turnovers, which is next to unideal. And that is not going to help you win the game, which I guess is a good thing if you're in support of the tank, which I think a lot of people would probably not be against. So this is a good start. But man, we need Philly to win. Really need Philly to win today. And we probably need to lose. But I would like to see us lift the intensity in the second quarter. Like, look, the turnovers, I think, are the easiest thing to clean up. Because I think there's been quite a few innocuous ones that are pretty unforced. We're talking about, fumbling the ball on the inbounds or traveling, like, on a jump shot, Those little things can be cleaned up. So no changes here, it seems, for either side here. At least that's what the personnel in the backcourt are telling me. Lewis going to bring it up. Yeah, it looks like there are no changes. Lewis, the kick out to Whitehead from a similar spot to his first make. It's off. Wilson retrieves the rebound after Clowney back-tapped it out to the perimeter. Clowney's going to step into one. Splash. So that's only our second make from the outside, as we just reviewed. The Nets were 30% in the quarter from the floor and 1 of 9 from deep, which is about 11%. Lawson is in the game for the Raptors. That three-point jack-up is off. Watford the drive-in, hangs off one leg, converts. So a good start to the second for the Nets. 5 unanswered. Barnes going to do a little spin move on Whitehead, attack the basket, it's off. Gets his own miss, but hit it straight to Wilson. The Nets can run. Don't have the numbers, but they do have the trailers. Whitehead, splash. Derek's hit 2 threes. And the Nets have scored 8 in a minute. And it's down to 6 within the blink of an eye. Mugbo going to attack Clowney. He's got the size. He's just passed it straight to Max Lewis. The Nets have the number, but he fumbled the dribble. And it got away from him. The Raptors can do the same thing. Swider the hesitation. He'll attack. And he planted the pivot foot very, very craftily. Scored the 2 and got fouled on the way up. So it'll be free throws, or a free throw, and one opportunity for Cole Swider, who wasn't even on an NBA team about 24 hours ago. So free throw here for Swider. And that one hits back rim, but they get the offensive board. Scottie Barnes wants it more. He has not gotten the memo that the Raptors are trying to tank. Scottie attacks Wilson. He gets into the paint. He forces the collapse, which means there's an open shooter. It's battle for 3. No. Good box out by Wilson. Watford is going to back down battle. Drive in. There's the foul. And he gets the flip. And he'll get the addition of 1 free throw to go with that 2-point make. So Watford's gotten really busy early in this second quarter. I mean, we've gotten 10 points in a little over 2 minutes. So Nets have done a good job there, generating these early second quarter opportunities. We've gotten 11 already. We had 18 the entire first quarter. Raptors have turned it over a little bit. That's a beautiful backdoor cut. And it's Lawson who gets up to the two-handed flush. Beautiful feed as well. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Mogbo. Whitehead just passed it straight to the opposition. He was looking for Clowney. And now Whitehead will be the last line of defense and commit a foul. So 2 more coming up here. Mogbo's been really good for them. A lot of promise shown in the earlier portion of this game. Jamal Shed getting ready to return as Mogbo hits that free throw. He'll now come collect Scottie Barnes. So Barnes and Barrett on the bench. Little bit of alliteration going on there. Mogbo, been pretty good at the free throw line so far today. He's been there for a couple of trips and I don't think he's missed. Nets have made 6 of their last 7 shots after they were 4 of 18 initially. Whitehead out to Clowney, who's going to let it fly. Top of the key, 3. Nope. Lawson the rebound. Across to Battle, who's rocking that face mask. Shed on the near side. Opts to not pass to the corner. He's going to look for something better, and he finds it in Mogbo, who's just rolled to the rim again, uncontested. And really, the Nets are not holding him accountable at all. Fair bit of disrespect. Watford, crafty move, had to contort his body and wasn't able to complete the layup. Swider, the trailing 3, yes! And Geordie's going to call a timeout because that, in essence, is a 5-point swing. And the momentum is with Toronto, who have brought it back up to what the margin was at quarter time after the Nets got the first 8 of the quarter. So 43-29. Looking across at the Wizards game, it is still a 10-point lead. Should I say it's a 9-point lead? So we're going to need to see probably I'm going to say, Quentin Grimes masterclass. God, man, the Wizards. How the fuck are the Wizards up by 9 against Philly? I mean, Philly are pretty depleted. They've brought it down to 7 now, which is pretty cool. But this is the game that I'm probably, well, I don't think I've paid more attention to a game this season. Oh my God, that has to be a clear rip away, surely. Jordan Poole is unrecognizable with the cornrows. Like, it looks nothing like him. He just looks like a random G Leaguer. Let's have a quick look at the box score. And we are really giving their center rotation a boatload of confidence. Mogbo's got 10 and a couple of beautiful assists. Orlando Robinson has not been in the ball game for about 7 or 8 minutes of game time, and he's got the 10. Barnes is the 6. Barrett's barely been involved. And Cole Swider's gotten a nice little 5 off the bench. Derek Whitehead is leading our scoring right now. He's got the 6, the 2 made 3s. Outside of him, we're 1 of 10 from deep, and we're 8 of 24 from the floor. So, yeah, it's not great viewing. I will say that. A lot of turnovers. The Raptors have rocked up. I don't necessarily think the Nets have been like hideous in their application. I just think there's been a very, very large lack of polish. Like, especially at the basket. 3-point shooting's been off, but the turnovers are the number one thing. I feel like we've had Butterfingers quite a bit. Probably what accounts for like half of our turnovers. Alrighty. Alrighty. So play resumes. Have the Nets made any subs? It looks like Williams is back out there. Wilson now takes a seat. Raptors look pretty switched on defensively. And that's something that it doesn't really matter when it comes to personnel. Whitehead's 3, just a little long. Rebound by Shed, who accelerates to the basket. The kick out to Agbaji. Lets it fly. No. Robinson nearly gets the offensive rebound like he's done on a couple of occasions today. Lewis, cross-court feed. Whitehead doesn't want the 3 this time, even though it was on. Clowney will shoot, and that one is well to the right. The Raptors try to get it in behind, and it is knocked out of bounds by Noah Clowney, who was alert to what was ahead, but not able to collect the ball for Brooklyn, so they'll have to play half-court defense here. Lax will return to the ball game. Shed to inbound. Out to Battle. Shed takes a couple of dribbles. Draws in a few. There's an open look. That one's off. Claxton the rebound. Whitehead. He's going to step into a 3 this time and airball it. Williams was knocked out of bounds. And with that, a foul will be called. So it will be a baseline inbounds, I do believe. Sorry, it'll be a side out. Lewis into Claxton, who's being guarded by Barrett. So it looks like they're loving a bit of a switch defense. Claxton misses again. Robinson with the rebound. Barrett will get it across half court and fling it to the corner for Lawson, who drives. Shed cut to the basket. They couldn't find him. Robinson lobs it up wildly. I don't know how they still have it, but they're going to get an open 3, and Lawson's 3 is off. The Nets finally get the rebound with 7 minutes to play here in this second quarter. The Nets have sort of hit a wall. They scored all 11 of their second quarter points in the first 2 and a bit minutes. They have not scored since. Williams to break the silence. He does. And we're going to get a timeout with that as well. Are we? No. To delay a game. So 43-32. That's a pretty important make. Walter is on the sideline as well, awaiting a return to the ball game. Robinson. Barrett. It's going to step back for 3 and splash it. A good response there for Toronto. Nets down 14. As it was at quarter time, nearly at the halfway point of the second now. Watford into Claxton, the shovel to Williams, who puts one up and gets it to go as he was fouled. That's a skillful make there. Doing it on the perimeter and now doing it in attack mode. It'll be Barrett who's going to be pinged with the swipe. That's a bit of a tough one, I reckon. I don't think there's too much in that, but Williams will get a free throw here at the 6-minute mark. And that has secured Williams' place as the number one scorer for the Nets tonight. With 5 quick ones there. My voice just completely malfunctioned. Walter the drive. Beautiful swing past the shed, and that 3 rims in. Wilson getting ready to return again. Johnson and Russell back out on the floor. Wilson also taking off the warm-ups. Meanwhile, the Nets get into a set, and it's Watford. Guarded by Bargy quite closely. Claxton will receive the handoff. Looking for Russell. Fakes the handoff. The spin move. The make. And the foul. Clax has been pretty good at those tonight. That's, yeah, very, very smart play. Had Robinson on the wrong side, or on the right side to draw a foul. Robinson had no chance. He was only ever going to go through Claxton if he wanted to try block that, and that's exactly what he did. A rookie mistake. And Claxton will shoot one more free throw here to get it back down to 11. Converts. So the Nets now in the bonus. The rest of the half. Shed to Barrett. Got the size. He'll draw the foul. He'll put one up and is short. He would have gotten free throws, or he would have gotten an and one there. It'll be 2 shots to Barrett. Keon Johnson's going to pick it up. So Barrett off on the first one. Jamal Shed will take a seat. Barrett makes both. Or should I say one of 2. Back to 12. Russell. There's a knockaway. Goes back into the backcourt. Russell will collect. No look. Skip pass. Wilson's 3. Wow, that is a bad miss. Barrett, guarded by Johnson. Quick feed. Battle the 3. He sticks it. And it's a 15-point lead. It actually hasn't been a larger lead. So the Nets offensively have improved. They've already got more points in this quarter than they did the entire first. But their defense has not really correlated with that. Russell. No look. Williams. Yes. The rainbow jumper from a similar spot to his previous make on the perimeter. And it cuts it back down to 12. A couple of... Well, that's a quick basket there. The Sixers, man, they cannot get over the hump. They are still down by 9. Jalio, welcome to the stream, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Thomas, Cookie, hope you're all doing well. 53-41 the score. Zayers looked like he's woken up. On the right side of bed, he's got 11. Our first net in double figures. Clax has got the 8. Not too many rebounds. It doesn't look like he's going to be a double-double candidate today. Got a couple of first quarter blocks. But right now, I mean, we're looking at the box score breakdown. Threes are actually almost identical, even though we've significantly lacked. But the field goal percentage is the big difference maker. They're at about 50%. The Nets not shooting it nearly as well. The turnovers have dried up. The free throws have gone up. And the outputs have improved. But no points for D'Lo in this game yet. And I mean, Zayers shooting the ball very well. So he could be destined for another 20-point game. Clax probably pushing a 20-point game as well. But without D'Lo, we're going to be cooked. Alrighty. So, not too long left here in this second quarter. Leeds hovered at the at a double-digit sort of margin. Alrighty. So, Raptors will get into a set after the timeout. Lead is 12. That's a beautiful feed by Barrett. The three is short. The follow-up by Mogbo. The follow-up by Barrett. It is off. The board by the Nets. They nearly get the ball stolen. Still have security of possession. Pressed by Battle on the outside here, D'Lo. Mogbo comes over to help. Wilson fumbled the pass, and so now he's going to have to work off the dribble. Russell, open three. That one is also short. He remains scoreless in the opening half. Barnes, bounce pass. Mogbo, kick out. Walter, corner three. No. Lot of misses, it feels like, in this second quarter. And opportunities to extend. D'Lo's just thrown it out of bounds, and it's ricocheted right off a bald guy who was unsuspecting. So 3:24 to play here in this third quarter. Barrett. To the corner for Walter, who takes it inside. It's off, but he drew two defenders, and Mogbo was there uncontested for the follow-up. Potentially was fouled also on the trip up. Oh my God. Are you fucking kidding? These turnovers are killing me, man. D'Lo's just bounced past it to no one. Clax probably could have collected it, but he just watched that one trickle out of bounds. Latent tanking play there. Barrett spin move. Scooper. Nope. Williams the rebound. Let's see if Russell can actually pass the basketball this time. He does so to Williams. Keon Johnson in the corner. The jab step. The drive in. Picks up his dribble. Russell's open above the break. And that three is also off. D'Lo is actually just doing cardio right now. Barrett flings it into Barnes. The no-look to the backdoor cutter in Walter. Barnes will take it up. He's got the size over Russell. And he gets it out to a 16-point game. The largest lead of the contest. With Shed getting ready to come into the ball game. 2 minutes to play. Barnes is taking the piss. Trying to draw a kickball from waist height. Johnson. Hesitation. Layup is off. And Claxton interfered. It's an offensive basket interference and it'll be a turnover. Claxton was there for the tip in though. Oh, that's a tough one because it basically sat on the rim for like 4 seconds. Bit exaggerated, but you get the idea. We're inside the final 2 minutes of this second quarter. Raptors have it now on the weak side. Barnes up top. Bounce past to Mogbo. Beautiful look for Walter in the corner, but he takes it inside. Claxton blocks the dunk. And he's able to complete the follow-up. There were 3 nets that went up with him at different stages, all of which were unable to stop the putback opportunity. The Raptors have gotten 18 points off turnovers. The Nets yet to score off a turnover. Russell has just passed it again to the opposition. Barrett leaks out. The Euro step on Johnson, the foul, and the bucket. I mean, D'Angelo Russell is up there for Tank Commander of the Week because he has done absolutely everything for the opposition. just basically passing him the ball and giving him a number of possessions. I reckon he's gotten 4 turnovers in about 3 minutes, and he's given away a number of buckets on defense as well. So the lead is 21. Raptors with 9 in a row in the last 2 minutes. Williams is fouled by Barrett. Very innocuous foul there. But with the Nets in the bonus, they'll get to the free throw line to shoot a pair. It'll be Williams who can build on his point total. The first one is good. Back down to 20. Williams rattles the second home. Barnes. Screen. Oh, that one was a little bit too saucy for Walter at the corner. They would have had an open 3 if there was no mishandling. But it will be Nets basketball here. They can bring the deficit down just a little bit if they can actually get the ball in, which they do. They've also got an opportunity of a 2-for-1 execution if they use the clock effectively. And Johnson will... Well, they'll play through him. Claxton the good roll and does it all in one motion. But the Raptors do have an opportunity themselves to go for the 2-for-1. Looks like they're not in any rush, so they'll settle for the best shot available, however long that may take. Shed. Roller is Barnes. Open look in the corner for Barrett. That 3 sits up on the top of the backboard. And the Nets will look to get into this set pretty quickly. 22 seconds for the Nets to work with. And can sort of negate a little bit of the damage that was inflicted in the last 3 or so minutes. Johnson, the knockaway. He's going to drive in. Nearly lost the ball again. Good ball pressure. Williams has a 3, and that is badly off. And the Raptors will run out of time as Barrett heaves one up from the half-court line. That'll do us, though, for half the first half action. And it is the Nets down by 17. They scored 27 themselves, but gave up 30. And, yeah, probably let themselves down a little bit at the back end of the quarter, but a much improved effort in that second quarter. They did get it down to within 6, but the Raptors piled it on in the middle portion of the quarter. They have gotten only 2 players in double figures, the Raptors, but a lot more contributions than the Nets, who have the same amount of players in double figures. Clax is the 10 points, only the 3 rebounds and a assist to go with 2 blocks. Should I say 3 blocks? But the Raptors have gotten 8 out of Barnes, 9 out of Barrett, who got a lot busier in the second quarter. Mogbo was 12, and Orlando Robinson, the starting big for them, has 10 without a miss. And overall as a team, they're not shooting it tremendously, but the turnovers and the poor efficiency for Brooklyn have severely stunted their ability to be within striking distance of the Raptors. I mean, they've attempted 13 less shots and they've converted 9 less, even though they've got the exact same 3-point percentage and makes, and they've actually made more free throws than Nets. The Raptors, just that simple stat right there, where they've got the 13 extra shots for 9 extra makes and the 7 less turnovers, that is just single-handedly, or that's simply combining for, well, this massive deficit the Nets find themselves facing at the main change. D'Lo's had a stinker. He's had no points. He's had 4 turnovers to 1 assist, and he is a almost team worst -16. in his minutes on the floor. Zaya's been pretty good with the 13 points. He's almost been a lone hand when he's on the court. So, hence the reason why his plus minus has taken a bit of a hit. Keon Johnson as well has not been busy. So that's your starting backcourt right there. It's got 2 points. And when you look at theirs, you've got Shed and Walter. And they, even though they've not been shooting the ball particularly greatly, their output is always going to exceed 2 points. So Nets have gotten some interesting contributions. They've given Whitehead 11 minutes of action. He got the 6 points in that time. And played some pretty good minutes. He had a couple bad moments, but haven't they all today? Clowney, the 1 of 6, so he's really struggling. I'm interested to see what group we close with, depending on whether or not it's a close game. We obviously, if it's a bit of a blowout, we're going to play the second stringers and the third stringers. But you know, if this is actually a ball game later on, I'm interested to see who they run with. I don't think D'Lo's going to get the run, but we probably want him to get the run given how poorly he's shot the ball today. And he's almost single-handedly got us into this 17-point hole. It feels like he hasn't done a great job of running the offense today, and he hasn't really delivered anything of substance. Interestingly, no Tyrese Martin today, who actually was a starter in I think it was 2 games ago he was a starter. No, last game he was a starter. So I find that fairly miraculous, that he just hasn't played a minute in this first half. But best believe if it's a blowout, it will be his time to shine when we're down 20. The fucking Wizards, man, they're up 16 points, bro. Of course, Jordan Poole, Alex Sarr, and Champagnie. Like, that isn't even a good 3. I mean, Jordan Poole's decent. Sarr's had a stinker for half the season, and Champagnie wasn't even in the league for most of his 20s, and he still is in his 20s. But they're shooting 50 and 40. They're nearly shooting better from the floor than they are from the free throw line. And the Sixers have played like absolute dog water. So, pretty unfortunate stuff there. They're playing auto-generated 2K players off their bench. Philip Wheeler with no player face. Who the hell is that? Marcus Bagley. Who is that? And so they're down 14, which is just excellent news. And just like that, they're now down by 11. So I beg there's a late quarter run or late game run for them. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. We'll be back for Nets versus the Clippers in a couple of days' time, so make sure to tune in for that. That'll be an interesting one because the last time we played them, we scored 67 points and lost by 59. So, not particularly excited about what that may produce. Wow. Sixers can bring it to within single figures. Make the hoop. There's a foul. Yeah, that is the halftime break now. Hold on a second. Yeah, hold on a second. All right. Damn, the Clippers game's tightened up a little bit as well, which is a good sign. Because we need the Knicks to lose. Clippers to win. And I think multiple picks will probably improve with that. Okay. Okay. All right. Man, it's actually sort of crazy to sort of process the fact that we are nearly done with the season. Like in 2 weeks' time, it is done. Um, I mean, I'm pretty, I'm pretty interested to see. I think I do this every halftime break these days. Have a look at the standings, or sorry, look at the schedule and see what games the Nets may or may not win. I think I was chalking down the Dallas game, um, that we just played as a potential winning opportunity, um, given Anthony Davis was playing. Or I thought Anthony Davis wasn't playing, but he did play. And I think that severely slated um, the chances well into their favor. Um, the Clippers are next up. I don't back us in to win that. But then there is like 4 of the next 5 are winnable. Washington, Dallas, Toronto, New Orleans. New Orleans, we need to lose. Toronto, we need to lose. Dallas, I don't think matters. The Wizards game, I expect us to win anyway. I think we can only afford to win 2. Still yet to play Minnesota at all this season, and we're going to play them twice in April. The Hawks game also is a potential winning opportunity, but they smoked us the last time we played them. So I think there's multiple games that we can still win. I would say that maybe 3 wins are still on the horizon. I think. Looks like this Sixer game is really tightening up now. It was 15 or 16 a few minutes ago, but they've now gone on a 9-2 run, nearly a 10-2 run. If they make this free throw, and they don't, but yeah, it looks like there is a potential opportunity here for the Sixers to just nab it right at the end. It's a 9-point game, 6.5 to play. So I need some proactivity from the Sixers, mate. Oh, that's too easy. Oh, he missed it. Get that board. Go. I'm rooting for the Sixers. I didn't think I'd be saying those words. Ricky Council, man, he's actually cooking in this second half here. It's going to be a little bit of a shame that I actually switch across to the like I'm going to have to switch across back to the Nets game because I feel like I'm a bit more engaged in this one. Hmm. Man, they're missing a few free throws, which is not really helping us out here. But it is only an 8-point game. Oh, get stuffed. How the fuck is that a foul? Oh, Jesus Christ. This is blatant tanking. Infuriating stuff. Okay. All right. I think I'm just coming to the conclusion that I don't think the Sixers are getting the W, man. They have just not been able to get enough stops. Like 108 points to Washington is just fucking crazy. It's like that game they had against us where they scored 120 and won. Gee, that's a tough shot. Oh my God. They're just allowing open layups. That's just basically gonna... That's a death sentence right there. Oh my God. And there's a turnover. That'll fucking do it, lads. Oh my God. What a flush. Whoever the hell that is. He got up. Alrighty. I assume the second half is very, very close to kicking off. And so I now need to re-engage with the game that I'm actually paying attention to. Alrighty. Okay. So yeah, it looks like that Wizards one's done and dusted and the Sixers have lost. So this just like builds the pressure of us actually needing to lose even more. Why can't anything be easy? But I think if we lose today, I think that will resign us to being in the top 6. 6? I think the top 6. Yeah. Oh my God, we've had it knocked away within 3 seconds of the second half starting. What a great way to start. So, second half now underway. Johnson will bring it ahead. High screen. Drive in. Good move. And Johnson gets it to go. Good assertion there to start the second half. Johnson will shoot a free throw to get this deficit back down to 14. Gee, there's a lot of empty courtside seats. So a free throw here for Johnson, who was very, very quiet in the opening half. Only the 2 points. And I think those came off free throws as well. So that's his actual first made bucket. Raptors will get into a set. Had a very good first half offensively. Can they build upon that? Walter. Clowney back out there now. Robinson is going to put one up over Claxton, and he still is yet to miss. So, wow, 17-point game. Lead was as high as 21. There is a foul on Shed. Claxton gets hit and exaggerates the contact as he usually tends to do. So Johnson to trigger in. Looks for Clowney, and he's just definitely fumbled that out of bounds. I would not be surprised if there's a challenge imminent. So an inbounds to Claxton. Fakes the handoff to Russell again. He's done it a few times today. Williams tries the reverse. It's good defense. Robinson is able to get that rebound. A hard-fought rebound. That's a wild layup. It's off. Robinson isn't able to tap it to a teammate. And now the Nets in transition. Russell, step back three. Splash. Finally has a make in this game. It wasn't an easy look at all. And probably not what I would have preferred to get yourself out of your cold streak, but it's back down to 14. Barnes to the corner for Shed. He has made 2 threes in the game. That's off. And another rebound secured by Brooklyn, who can make a further inroads. Williams from way back. Too long. Rebound by Robinson as Williams overcorrected. Barnes. Going to back down Johnson. Has the size. Puts one up. Doesn't get it to go. Barrett skies in out of nowhere. Robinson will drive on Claxton. Loopy pass back out. Barrett is going to attack Clowney. The crossover, the drive, the reverse. He can't get the polish at the basket. Rebound Brooklyn. Russell to Johnson over Robinson. That 3 is badly off. Forward by Walter. Couple Nets need to get forward because we have the outnumber. Raptors nearly turn it over. They still managed to get it under the hoop. But Robinson didn't know where the basket was. The Nets in transition. It's Russell again. Bad miss. Claxton will recycle the play and score with the left hand to cut it down to a dozen. It's not pretty at all. But I think that's to be expected in a game like this. Barnes. Crossover on Williams. Puts one up. That's another wild miss. And it's going the other way. Brooklyn ball. So 12-point game. 3 minutes gone here in this second half. Russell. Stagger step. Kick out. Williams corner pop. No. Rebound Robinson again. Barnes took a hit. No whistle. We get it ahead. Beautiful touch pass by Walter, and Barrett with the two-handed slam in transition. So that is some clean team basketball there by Toronto. Johnson, pull up 3. Nope. God, I do not want to see that 3-point percentage at three-quarter time. It was already under 25%, and they have heard me speak because I've just been exposed to the 3-point percentage. It looks disgusting. The Nets have got to call timeout. They've just given away another 2 on the inside to Robinson. And it will be the Raptors heading into that timeout with a with a 16-point lead. The Sixers have brought this one to within how much? Wow. 9. Gee, they're in with a sniff still. 2 minutes left, and I think it's going to be... Oh, that's just blatant tanking. They've taken Grimes to the bench. 3 minutes down. 3 minutes down or left, and they're 9 points down. That'd be funny as if the Sixers win this now. But they're going to have to go very, very efficiently from here on out. And it looks like they've just given a foul up for no fucking reason, which is not going to help their cause one bit. With the Wizards now at the line, it looks like they're both going in with the tanking lineups, but man, that's stiff. Did he make that or did he badly miss that? I think he badly missed. There may be some freebies up for grabs because there's a lot of activity behind the basket. Oh, he missed. They're going to get their free food and they may also get back into the game now. Got to make a bucket. Got to make a bucket, Philly. Sixers down 9. Can they go down 7? Nope. And it's going the other way. That's just fucking excellent, isn't it? Would make it very interesting if it was a 7-point game heading in. Alrighty. So 16-point lead to Toronto. Still a lot of play to go in this match. Alrighty. Okay. Clowney straight out of the timeout. That 3 is badly off. Shed gets it ahead. Barnes with the hesitation. Missed and then lost it. Oh my god, that has to be our ball. Jump ball? How the fuck have they plucked the jump ball out of that? They couldn't be fucked deciding at the replay monitor who that went off, so they're going to make these two scrap for it. I'm pretty sure that was off Barnes, and it was 100% off Barnes. So 4 minutes gone here in this third quarter. Was 17 at the main break, 16 now. Jump ball 1 by Toronto. Well ushered there by RJ Barrett on the way through. Oh, good feed. Robinson again with the two-handed flush. That off-ball play has worked superbly for them. A lot of success. Honestly, Clax, put up a 3. Russell's going to do it. And he makes it, but it's going to be called off. So Clax hit with the offensive foul, the lead at 18. What the fuck? 21 Nets turnovers? You're kidding. There's a foul on the pass. It's Barrett who commits it. 21 turnovers? I need to fucking check this. That's fucking staggering news to me. Oh, it's 21 points off turnovers. They've had 14 turnovers in the game, but... Oh, that stinks. There's a foul on the inbounds. So we're stuck in time right now. Comes in to Robinson. Another cut set up this time for Agbaji. Unsuccessful. Lob. Claxton completes the play. Much, much better. Bit more polish on that sequence, which is what you're after. That one's knocked out of bounds. It will be Raptor ball, though, on a side out. Inbounded. Shed. Drive. Shovel. Robinson. He's got another. How many fucking points has Robinson gotten? I think I said it in the first quarter, this is the kind of player that Clax gives up 20 points and 10 rebounds to. And I think he's very much on track for that right now. They're trying to lob it up to Watford. That pass was not there. Shed gets in the way. Walter will drive in. Claxton with the denial. That's number 4 of the night. But it's been very few and far between stops like that. Ball inbounded. Barrett. Lewis is now into the ball game. Off glass. Nope. Rebound. Watford will push. Who's in the ball game? Agbaji is out there for the Raptors now as well. Barnes on the bench. Russell the drive. Moves through. Oh, wow. The dance moves were crazy. He probably traveled on that and took 15 million steps. The Raptors' early offense. That rattles out. Claxton the rebound. Whitehead's also on the floor now. Claxton took a hit in the backcourt. There's another foul. So D'Lo will head to the bench. Wilson on the court now. Pass to Watford. He'll get it back from Wilson. That pass was right at the feet of Lewis. Was able to hold on to it. Watford the drive. Whitehead cut along the baseline. He'll find it for a corner pop. And he cuts it to 13. Derek's got 3 makes. I swear, almost like every game he's played, he's hit multiple threes in the game. Don't know why he hasn't had more opportunity. That's a shocking bit of play there by Watford, who's just allowed another backdoor cutter. Watched it happen off the ball. That is actually pathetic. It was like he was playing in slow motion while everyone else was playing in real time. Hard screen by Claxton in the backcourt. Wilson attacks the mismatch. It's off. Claxton the follow-up. And we're going to get a foul. Sorry, timeout. I don't know what I'm saying these days. Watford is holding his wrist or his hand, or maybe he just got hit in the nuts. I have no idea. Looks like he's heading down the race, actually. 13-point game. The Nets outscoring the Raptors in the quarter, so they've worked hard there. The Wizards game it's now a 5-point game. Is there a foul? Or a timeout? No, it's a foul. Wizards up 5 with 13 seconds left. I mean, it's going to take an absolutely miraculous fall off in order for them to lose this now. Man, that's disappointing that Philly haven't been able to win this. Unless Old Mate misses the free throws, this guy has been shit at the line. Grimes and Yabusele back in. What is Colby Jones from the line? He's 0 of 3 in the game. Hasn't made a free throw in the whole match. And it looks like the pressure may be getting to him here. That's who they're going to need to foul down the stretch. Oh, it's off again! They got to go! They're running out of time. Oh my God. They fumbled the ball. They got 6 seconds. What the fuck are you lot doing? Oh my God. It's a 3-point game with 1.7. They're going to need to miss, like, they used so much clock there. And they've got a timeout remaining. For fuck's sake, man. Are they going to review that? That's so fucking annoying. Oh. Why couldn't they have just won? Looks like the coach is challenging a goaltend. Can you even do that? Or was that a foul, did they say? Did he get there in time? Oh, I reckon he got there in time. All right. So 75-62 the score. Nets looking in a lot better shape this half in comparison to the half previous. Ball gets inbounded. 13-point lead. Whitehead's guarding Barrett in the backcourt. I like that. Derek's got a bit of size about him, so I definitely think he can hold his own. 7 to shoot. 4.5 to play in the quarter. Barrett behind the back. Got to shoot. Want to shoot. There's an open three. Oh my goodness. Who the fuck was that let him get that much space? I think it was Clowney or Max Lewis. Can't be doing that. Watford's okay. An 18-point game. Sorry, 16. Wilson with the take. 6 to shoot. The jab step. The spin move. Shoots with the right. Not enough on it. Board for Barrett. He's going to push. Attack Whitehead. He gets by him. The little dump off. And another 2-pointer under the basket. It's Agbaji this time to get it back out to 18. I think the Nets are playing as shit as possible to ensure that even if there's a fourth quarter comeback, they don't have enough in them to get over the hump. Watford, good attack. Scores through the contact and through the outstretched arms of battle there. Mogbo, good first half by him. Not much action in this second half. Barrett with the hop. He's airballed the runner. It's just ended up back with him and then he fumbled it going up. So the Nets get a timely stop, and now Whitehead will bring it past the half-court line. Good handle. Withstood the on-ball pressure there by Barrett. Watford. Crossover. Out to Clowney. Thought about the three. Agbaji goes for the reach. Clowney tried to draw the foul and ended up just putting up a wild miss. Barrett's going to accelerate. Body bump. And Whitehead will pick up the personal with 2:40 to play here in the third quarter. 80-64 the score. So Barrett's been highly inefficient actually in this game. 4-13. But I feel like hasn't really turned the ball over all that much, which is something that I think every net's been prone to doing today. And that is also made. So Raptors up by 18. Watford is fouled in the backcourt. I feel like that's pretty dumb, not going to lie. So 2:30 to play. Wilson looking for Watford. Watford the drive. Picks up the dribble. The kick out to Lewis. He had an open three, but he's going to go attack instead. Nope. He steps back for three, and that's a fluent looking make. That's, I'm pretty sure, his first three of the match. 15-point game. Barnes to Agbaji in the corner. Out to Swider, who had the defender in the air, and he stepped into a mid-range too. And that is also beautiful. Inside the final 2 minutes now, and Wilson's just knocked that dribble right off his foot, and that is going to be a turnover. As it trickles out of bounds, and the offense so quick that the highlights were still playing. Geordie's going to call a timeout with 1:47 on the clock, and the lead at 19. Cross back across to the Wizards game, and that ended up being a 5-point loss, unfortunately. So now we've basically got to lose this game, because I feel like there's no coming back if we get ahead of Philadelphia record-wise. They really should have won today, though. Really should have won today. The Knicks are losing, though, by 10. And this is what happens when they've got no McBride or Campaign available. Oh, sorry, no McBride or Brunson. They're playing Campaign as a starter, which means that they've got 7 points off their bench. I mean, that is just disgusting outputs right there. And you're placing too much responsibility on too few. And James Harden's got 29, which is a bit fucked. So I got the Nets at 8.5. I don't actually really understand. Does that mean they're going to win by 8.5 or more, or lose by 8.5? I'm not 100% sure on that. Not very knowledgeable. Alrighty. So 86-67. We've got 150 to play in this match. Wilson will inbound to Whitehead. It's those two out on the floor with Watford, Clowney. Oh my God. What's going on? Was there a foul before the inbounds? The Raptors coach is absolutely livid. He's got no fucking idea what's going on. I don't know where the foul was there, but that is like, I think that's really nitpicky. I mean, Clowney is pulling at the jumper of Mogbo. That really should be Raptors ball, if anything. But Wilson's just going to get a free throw. Wilson makes that free throw there to cut it down to 18. So inside the final 2 minutes of the third, this time we get it in with a little more ease. Wilson's going to push the pace, flings it out to Lewis, who can hop into a three, and he put too much on it. A board by Toronto. They'll run. The Nets have multiple numbers back. And that is a very, very unforced error. So Nets now in the bonus. They'd be smart to enable attack mode. Watford, high screen by Whitehead. Not used, but the switch applied. And now Watford will drive on Swider. The kick out to Clowney. The three hits the heel. I just lost my voice there speaking. Igbaji's going to hop into one to get it back out to above 20. And he does so successfully. Water just basically splashed in my face. That was pretty unexpected. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Look after the damn ball, lads. Wilson the crossover. The drive on Igbaji. And he's kicked it off his foot. That is tanking for you right there. Man, Jalen Wilson is all effort, no execution. Barnes, drive in, avoided the charge. Got a 2-up. And he drew 2 defenders. And yet again, Mogbo there for the follow. Watt for the drive. Blew a layup. The Raptors can get it out to a game-high lead here. Swider. Drives. Beautiful skip pass. Plenty on it. And there is a foul going up. And it is Wilson who picks the personal up. And 2 free throws here for Scottie Barnes. The lead is at a game high 23. The opportunity for more as well. Damn, Tyrese Halliburton has 16 assists in not even 3 quarters. Only the 11 points, which is pretty funny. Barnes makes the first one there. And that one also is converted. So the Raptors up to a very commanding lead now. Watford will hold for 1. I screen, switch, Whitehead, deep 3. Oh my goodness, that's a bad miss. And with 1 second left, they'll heave it up, and that went about 15 meters wide of the target. That will be 3-quarter time. The Nets are getting absolutely smacked up. They've given up another 30 points, and they only scored the 23 of their own. So they've been outscored in every quarter. It's sort of improved, I guess, in the second quarter. Third quarter, though, it's just piled it on a little bit more. The Milwaukee Bucks are feeling the effects of no Damian Lillard now. They are down by 15 in the opening quarter, and no Giannis as well. So they are severely lacking, and Michael Porter is outscoring them by himself. He's got 11 points. The Nuggets are shooting 9 of 10 from the floor, and they've got 26 points in 6 minutes. That is pretty fucking unbelievable, if you ask me. The Nets are down by a shocking 25 points. It has been one-way traffic for most of the game. And look, we've only got 2 players in double figures. Claxton actually is the 16 and 7, so he's put in a fair shift. He's got the 4 blocks as well. So I don't think you can fault him for effort, and he's tried pretty hard. But really, there's not a lot to flex today. The 3-point shooting is sub 25%. I mean, that is disgusting. And we've had the 8 extra turnovers. I mean, we've given them 15 extra shots as a result. They've had 12 extra makes. And this is with Scottie Barnes going 4 of 13 and RJ Barrett going 4 of 12. I mean, Orlando Robinson is 19 and 9. Mogbo's got the 14 on 5 of 7 shooting as well. Yeah, there's a lot that's not really working out for us today, but I guess that's sort of a good thing with the tanking motivation well and truly in play. Okay. All right. Play resumes. Start this fourth quarter. They look for the pocket pass. It is not on offer. The Nets will run in transition, a one-man break. The trailer's Watford. They get it to him, and that 3 also is off. Oh, wow. That's a bit of a wild layup attempt. Nets get the rebound. It's Whitehead with the board. Watford, down middle. Whitehead thought about the 3. He's made 3 threes tonight. Watford, attack mode. Gets by the defender and scores the scoop to get it down to 23. Oh, wow. That's a good play off ball, and Barnes with the slam of authority to get it out to 25 now. Got a foul out front. It's Mogbo who picks it up. Okay. Play resumes again. Wilson, Watford, Claxton, Whitehead, Lewis, the 5 on the floor for the Nets. It's Wilson with 5 to shoot, bouncing it out to Whitehead. The pump fake, attacks, puts up the little teardrop. It's off. Claxton's got like 4 rebounds. I guess you could say 4 half rebounds because he never actually got possession of the ball. And then he's going to run up to the other end and get it in the open floor. Bring it up himself. The crossover, the flush, and the foul. That's how you can stat pad. Good little crossover to get Mogbo wrong-footed. And then Lawson with the swipe across as Claxton took it up. So Clax definitely is a double-double to his name now. That's for certain. Zaire back in. Keon Johnson returns. Wilson and Lewis will sit. And Claxton does not make that opportunity count. Inside the final 10 minutes now. Mogbo got it by Claxton on the perimeter. There's a foul out front. That's a bit of a role reversal here. So they're going to inbound through Lawson to Barnes. Backs down Zaire. Mogbo's there. Loses the ball going up. And it is going to be... It's going to be Raptor ball on the baseline. Lawson looking. They get it in now. It's playing a bit of zone here, but they've just allowed an open 3, which sort of defeats the purpose. And it's back out to 26. Zaire the cross. Bounce to Claxton. Z will get it back. Whitehead in the corner, pulls the trigger. That's another bad miss. Barnes, still out on the floor, which I find surprising when you're up 26. Looks like they want to play through him as the offensive hub. It's good defense. Forces a tough attempt. It's off. That is so going to be their ball, which is frustrating. Geordie may challenge this, and he is going to do it. So Geordie backs in his players, takes their word for it, and is like, let's get a green light special. So I mean, multiple plays were indicating that should be going the other way in Brooklyn's favor, so fair enough. And so, yeah, we'll get another little stoppage here. Alrighty. So if you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you're new. We'll be back in a couple of days' time. for Nets versus Clippers, so make sure to drop in and say hello. Not too many games left this season, so make sure to make it count. And yeah, we'll be doing a few games on and off for the rest of the season. I don't know about this Sunday. I definitely don't think. I think there's one game I can't do. I think it's next. It'll be next Thursday if you're in the US. Next Friday if you're in Australia. That I can say definitively. So definitely will be missing that game. Not sure about this week's game. To end off the week, I think it's the Wizards. Potentially. So, yeah. But yeah, there's not too much time left. So it should be an interesting and see which games we're actually going to pick up wins in. Because there's a few that probably aren't all that yeah, there's some that, you know, probably aren't as easy to define compared to others. Alrighty. So the call gets overturned. And so the Nets will get the basketball and have an opportunity to get this deficit down to something a little bit more reasonable, or at least start a run which will allow that to occur. Russell, Keon Johnson, Williams, Claxton, and Watford in the ball game. The Raptors have Barrett and Barnes back out there with Mugbo, Battle, and Lawson. Russell out to Watford. Beautiful look for Williams. And that is a practice shot, but he was very much short on that one. And it will be Raptor ball. That sort of sums it up, really. Hasn't been much rhythm to the way the Nets have played tonight. A lot of turnovers, a lot of missed shots. Here's Barnes. Backdoor. Mogbo gets denied by Claxton. That's number 5. And he's trailing the play. Sorry, that's Williams trailing the play. Watford tries to lose his man. Doesn't do so successfully. And he's going to have to be a little bit more patient. Gets to the interior. Couple pump fakes go unsuccessful. And Claxton was able to put it in. Definitely could have been an offensive basket interference. But that's not what it's going to go down as. A rebound and a putback make for Clax. Barnes will drive. Another block. It still went in. And it's going to be another free throw as the Raptors crack the ton. The Nets will be lucky if they get to within 10 of that. So a free throw here for Scottie Barnes. He's got that one to go as well. Johnson gets it past half court. 27-point lead for Toronto. Really doesn't feel like they've played that way. They have been very dominant, though. Russell got an open look. And that one goes clank as well, as it has for many of the shot attempts today. Russell tried to take a charge. It's off. And Watford was able to get the rebound and prevent the offensive board. Williams on the leak out is blown the dunk. Oh, my God. They've got an open man. The trailer's Barrett. The little scoop is good in transition. There's nothing you can do about that. Very open floor at the moment. Williams early in the clock. That goes clank. And the Raptors have a 3-on-2 break. There's the lob, and he's thrown it way behind the man. So these are the sort of plays which make me wonder, how the hell are the Raptors up by 29? Has me baffled. Claxton still remains on the floor. Mogbo will sit. We've almost got a full starting lineup out there right now. Inside the final 7 minutes now. Claxton. Wilson. He's going to pick up his dribble. 2 to shoot. Williams is going to need to make some bullshit happen. It's a step back 3. And that one goes clank as well. Hits the heel. Rebound Toronto. Pocket pass. Robinson. Oh, nicely off the glass there. So, little over 6 minutes to play now. Nearly halfway through the fourth. Lead is out to 31. That is staggering. We've got like 6 points in the quarter as well. So, we're having that typical fourth quarter where we completely fall off offensively. And we've given up the 12 so far. So, the Raptors haven't been an absolute showstopper at all. Man, the Raptors in their last 33 games are actually above 500. Wow. That is the weirdest 2 points I'll ever see. Yet again, we moved the offense that quickly that there wasn't even any broadcasting that covered that bucket. So 105.76. Interested to see what Claxton's box score stat line is looking like right now. He's got how many denials now? 5 denials, which is nice to see. And he's also got the 22 points and the 11 rebounds. He'd only had one other 20-point game this season until last game. He's now got 2 of those in a row. So definitely an improvement on, his early season form for sure. But we don't even have a player outside of him and Williams who are in double figures. Williams was like 4 of 7. He's missed his last 7 shots. D'Lo's 2 of 8. Johnson's 1 of 5. Wilson's 1 of 5. There is only 2 players who are shooting above 50% today. And it comes in the form of Watford and Claxton. And that is going to be a recipe for disaster. Robinson's got a 20-point double-double, leading the way for the Raptors. Barnes is 15. Barrett's got 15 as well. Those 2 aren't shooting the ball very, very well at all. Mogbo with the 14, but I mean, you look at the scoring breakdown, field goal percentage-wise, we're 8 of 40 from deep. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. That's like 20%, man. They're out-rebounding us by 18 due to all these misses we've had. We've made 13 less shots. Had less free throws, made less threes. It's a pretty dire spectacle. And we've not turned the ball over in a while, but it could have been a hell of a lot worse if we had turned the ball over a lot more. So I guess the only thing you can extract is that Derek's getting some good minutes under his belt, giving a few of the youngsters exposure, even though they haven't played all that great. And Clax with a 20-point double-double. I guess that is something to extract. And a pretty positive thing to extract. There's not really too much you can complain about with an output like that, except for the fact that maybe it's coming in a 29-point loss. But shit happens, I guess. God. 3 of 23 if you look beyond Williams and Whitehead, who aren't even shooting it well either. Clax has never had another game like this. Or except one other game, which involves 20 or more points, 10 or more rebounds, 5 or more blocks. It came in the month of February in 2022. So, a long way back. That's almost when he was at the peak of his powers, so good return for Clax, but unfortunately it's coming in the form of a very, very disgusting loss. But a pretty good loss in the sense that, well, we want those picks, man. Igbaji travelled. So Russell to inbound. Wilson, Claxton, Williams, and Johnson, the remaining 5. We've got all our starters out there except for Noah Clowney. Russell the drive. Finds Williams. That pass was not great. We got 6 to shoot. Crossover. 3 ball. That's also short. Are we going to crack 85 points? I don't think we are at this rate. Robinson into battle. Pump fake. Gets by the defender. Robinson again. That one is badly off. Rebound goes off hands. Ends up with the Nets. They will accelerate and push the pace. Shed's going to draw a charge. Yep. God, we are just in quicksand right now. We're not even in quicksand. We've already sunken. So, 29-point lead. 105 to 76. Robinson, kick out. Igbaji, splash. So 32 up. Walter back out there now. And they're playing their exclusively bench lineup. Russell, Wilson, good take. Picks up his dribble. Nearly traveled. Kick out to Johnson. Oh, that's a tough reverse he's attempted there, and that's off. Nets of 2 in the backcourt still. It's a 5-on-3. Shed's going to have an open look. And that one bobbles out. Board by Wilson. There's another foul. In transition. With 4:30 to play. This is like the ultimate tanker performance where you score 76 points to this stage of the game. Whitehead and Lewis return with Clowney. 4:30 to play in this game, man. God. Tyrese Martin has just not played today. Interesting decision. Johnson the crossover, the drive on Robinson, and he cannot score a bucket for dear life today. Igbaji, same spot. This time, not enough power on it. Oh my fucking God, lads. Y'all are taking the piss. You don't even have the awareness. That was another play in slow-mo. The pass going across court, unforced error again. Just throwing it out of bounds. Like, look at the fucking player who's got the ball. That's when you can tell the sting has been taken right out of the game. When, you know, you're not even remotely engaged enough to even see where the ball is. Lawson, swatted by Wilson. It's ended up out of bounds. That probably was a foul. Walter to inbound. He's going to find Robinson. Puts up a jump shot and says no. Oh, goodness me. 108-76 the score. Ball's going to get inbounded. Wilson into Clowney. Across to Lewis. Flings it to the corner for Whitehead. Back out to Johnson. 3 to shoot. Takes a dribble. Lays it up and no. He's got 0 polish today. Igbaji. That's going to be a foul on the pass. And can we lay off the fouls? I just want this game to end. 3:35 to play. We are getting fucking smacked up. Jesus. Triggered back in. Oh my God. That was nearly the most lethal of dunks. Lawson's three's off. Robinson was there for the flush, and they're going to cancel that one out because I think it was on the rim. God. That would have been a lethal dunk if that went in. And the Raptors bench would have loved it. Little over 3 minutes to play. The Nets have 8 points in the entire quarter. What the hell is this? Wilson down middle. Layup. Got it to go, +1. We're finally scored. It has been fucking years since we've scored a bucket. And let me see how far back I have to look. It's been over 3 minutes since we scored a hoop. So Wilson got the free throw. 108.79. Wow. Raptors got it here. Good roll. Robinson again. So, 31-point game. There is another foul. The Nets are in the bonus now. Can we stop with the fucking fouls, lads? On both sides. Please. So, more free throws coming up here for Brooklyn. To just beef up their scoring total a little bit. Make it look a little bit more flattering. Johnson rattles the first one home. Mugbo and Battle back in. This will be loss number 50. Jesus. Oh my God. Johnson misses another free throw. We crack 80. Drive in. It's off. Raptors get the offensive board. Lawson has an open look. It's wide open, and that one's off as well. The Raptors have scored 110 points. Like, this is what I mean. They have not been at all, like, dominant at all. Wilson got hit in the face, and there's more free throws. We've just been complete booty from the field in the whole game. Like, consistently bad. From the opening quarter, really. So, they're taking their fucking good old time here with these free throws, man. Wilson makes that one. So the Nets are going to be... The Nets are going to be on the same record as Philly with a loss today. And they'll be 2.5 games back at Toronto. There's going to be another foul and more free throws. Are we taking the fucking piss? How many fouls, man? So 2 minutes to play. And then my suffering can be ended. I mean, not that I'm actually all that pissed with the loss today. I don't even think I went into this game with a winning mindset, which is a bit strange. There's most games this season where I've actually been very much for winning, and I haven't been complaining, but especially with Philly losing today to the Wizards, we needed to lose. So, only 8 games left after this one. The Clippers will be next. We'll be covering that, so make sure to subscribe to stay notified and drop a like if you're new. Wilson will attack. Kick out to Whitehead. It's an open look with the clock winding down. That is another miss. Swider from way back. Nope. Wilson nearly had it stripped in the backcourt. Johnson will get it past the half-court line as we wind down here in the final 90 seconds of the match. There's another offensive foul. Add another turnover to the tally. All right. So, very close to the end of this. Stadium is fucking empty. There is another foul. How many fucking fouls, brother? Oh my god, this is actually ridiculous. I've never seen so many fouls in the last, 15 minutes of a game. And I say 15 minutes because the last 3 minutes have gone for 15 minutes, it feels like. Fucking unbelievable, man. So Mogbo at the line makes the first. And that one is good. So 114.82. Finally, in the final minute, Johnson drive and a make at last. The outside Walter, take it into the interior, has the chair taken out from underneath. They've called another fucking foul. Refs, we want to go home. We want to go home. What even is the point of this? Watford's coming back in the game because Johnson's just fouled out, which is absolutely hilarious. So 45 seconds left. That one is good. Looks like the foul wasn't called on Johnson, so Watford gets recalled to his chair to warm it. And that free throw by Walter is good. So 32-point lead, and I would expect the Nets to run the entirety of this clock out. They're probably going to get into a set and actually, unironically, take a proper shot. Lewis, the cross, the scoop, that gets denied. They get the offensive rebound, flings it to Clowney, the extra to Whitehead, shovel to Wilson, and that is good. But the Raptors will use the entirety of the clock. And that is going to well and truly do it. With the Nets only putting up 86 points, I think that's almost a candidate for our lowest total of the entire season. And we barely got outscored in that quarter, 23-18, but it felt like we were in quicksand for most of it. Only the 41 second half points, and we start the game how we ended it. And that will have us resigned to our 50th loss of the season. Let's have a look at the box score and then let's call it a day. I need to refresh. Here we go. And so, yeah, the Nets got a double-double out of Nic Claxton. He had 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 blocks for the first time since 2022, which is the only other time he's achieved that stat line. Although, really, outside of him, there was not a lot working. We shot the ball abysmally from the field, especially when you compare it to Toronto, who actually didn't shoot it a hell of a lot better. They just had 15 extra shots on the back of having 20 more rebounds and 18 more assists. We had a bunch of turnovers as well. We had, 4 players with 3 or more, so that never helps you out. D'Lo had a stinker, only the 5 points on 2 of 8. Clowney was 1 of 9. Johnson was 2 of 10. Whitehead started well, but was 3 of 10 in the end. And Max Lewis 2 of 7. So nearly our whole roster shot the ball like shit. And even though the Raptors didn't shoot it greatly from 3, they made up for it with their interior makes. Orlando Robinson with a 20-point double-double on great shooting splits. Barrett and Barnes didn't actually shoot the ball all that efficiently. Even Jamal Shed and Walter, so nearly their entire starting lineup didn't shoot it greatly, but Agbaji, Mogbo, And Battle actually had some good cameo performances there. And ultimately, I think this really comes down to the shooting. You even look at the team stats. Even though we got smacked on the offensive glass, the points off turnovers staggering, 30-7. I don't really think that aligns with us only having 8 more turnovers than them. But they were very clinical. Almost every single turnover made, it felt like almost every single turnover was a bucket. And meanwhile, the Nets got 7 points off 12 turnovers. The ratio for bucket per turnover, not great. Points in the paint got done in. Fast break points pretty even, but the Raptors went out on that as well. And we shot as a team 19.5% from 3. So that really tells you all you need to know. Even though the Raptors shot at 42% from the floor, 30% from 3, we went even worse. And, well, probably had one of our worst shooting performances of the year. Without Claxton, that would look even worse, which is sort of crazy to think. But we are done here. It is a... what was I going to say? Yeah, this is the 50th loss of the season. And if I just have a quick look at Tankathon, I don't know if it's updated or not, but the Nets are now 3 games behind Toronto, and they will have one more game to play with them. I don't think the 7th position is all that contactable at all down the stretch. We will probably either end up with the 4th, 5th, or 6th best odds in the NBA for the number 1 pick this year. That Philly loss really killed us today, given they played the Wizards. I don't know what their record or their schedule looks like down the stretch, but that's probably one I would have chalked down as a win. And they weren't able to achieve that. So they're going in fully for the tank. And so we just need to sort of root for every single Philly game and hope they win. And the Pelicans are only 3 games back as well. They play... I'm not sure who they play tomorrow. Let's have a quick look. New Orleans and Philly is the other team I want to look at real quick. Philly have got... God, they've got a tough run. They really needed to win that. They got Miami. Ooh, Miami, Toronto, New York, Milwaukee, Minnesota. They play Miami twice, who are sort of tanking, but they're playing their good players. The Raptors, they still play. The Wizards, the Hawks. So there's some real opportunities for them to get wins. Will they get wins? No, they won't, because their team's shit. The Pelicans, they've got Charlotte, but then it's pretty brutal outside of Charlotte, Brooklyn, and that's about it. They play Golden State, the Clippers, Milwaukee twice, the Lakers, OKC. It's pretty tough. That was one that they really needed to win. The Pelicans did beat Philly, but yeah, they're gonna have to beat us in Charlotte, and then a couple others are gonna have to work in our favor. But the Sixers, they needed to win that game against the Wizards. They've still got a few opportunities, but I think the Nets have more chances. The Raptors, they're 3 games ahead of us now. And if I just look at their standings, they've got a lot of winnable games. 2 against Charlotte, 1 against Philly, Chicago, Portland, and they're playing only 1 team above 500, which is interesting. So, not quite sure how they'll fare, but they could easily push 30 wins. They're at 26 now. That'll wrap it up for me, though. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe on your way out, and we will talk to you in a bit. Have a good one. Chat to you soon. Stay safe. Bye for now.